There's a dirty rumor going around that this very team, the Chicago Bulls, could possibly be in the running for a Washington Wizards superstar who is on the trading block. So, in case you have been living under an NBA rock, or rather a non-NBA rock, here's what you need to know. An anonymous player texted Stephen A. Smith on the Stephen A. Smith show. We transcribed it, and here's what the anonymous player said. "We love Scott Brooks, love playing for him. He just can't coach John Wall. John just walks all over him. It frustrates everybody. The way he plays is impossible to play with. We have so many guns, not enough bullets."
Ironic.
Yeah, if John would just play off the ball and let others eat, we'd be fine. But that's a difficult thing for him to do. And sometimes it's difficult for us to watch. Oh. There was a fight that happened in practice, which by the way happens all the time. Adrian Wojnarowski put this out after teammate Jeff Green and Scott Brooks pushed John Wall, and Wizards teammates to raise the level of intensity in practice. Last week, Wall fired back with "F-U" toward Brooks, league sources said. So, here is what NBC Sports is proposing. Now, before I even show you what it is, please recall that John Wall, his extension didn't kick in yet. He's going to make over $42 million next year. For the next 5 years, he's going to make over $40 million. That is a large chunk of any team going under the cap if they choose to do so. So do I believe that the Bulls are going to trade for John Wall? But we could entertain it. So NBC Sports put this out. The Wizards would get and trade Bobby Portis, young player from the Bulls, restricted free agent. Robin Lopez, that's who I thought they would trade last year. Justin Holiday, an expiring contract. Probably not Denzel Valentine because he's out for the rest of this season. A 2019 first-round pick. No, do not do that. And a 2021 first-round pick. Here's the reason you don't give up the picks. Is because the Bulls are so bad that when they sign Sean Kilpatrick, he was too good. They signed him for over $2 million. He was too good, and then they let him go because they're not trying to win. They're trying to beat out the Cavs and the Hawks to try and get Zion Williamson. The one thing you don't want to do if you're trying to get Zion Williamson is win. So, do I think this is going to happen? No, absolutely not.
No, that's, as you said, I mean, you were saying this early on. The whole approach is to tank, which we'll talk about that disastrous plan of an idea later. How's that working out for the Knicks every damn year?
They found a gem in Alonzo Trier. That's the problem. Like, they're trying to take a year off with Porzingis. They have Alonzo Trier now, and it's like, oh, wait, we found a gem who is undrafted.
How many times are you going to take? How many gems do you need? 5 first-year players? How many of them do you need?
Why are you slouched over? You're being so dramatic.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting.
All right, John Wall.
Let's lose. Let's suck.
John Wall to the Bulls.
John Wall to the Bulls. No, because they suck.
Are they better than the Wizards? No, they're not better than the Wizards.
They are.
It's a one-player team.
Better than the Wizards.
No, it's a one-player team.
They'll
the Atlanta
become
Hawks
like the
are better than the Washington
Wizards if they
Wizards.
trade for him.
Yeah, right.
That's the problem.
That's
you don't want that right now.
No. Is there any team that would suit John Wall? Honestly,
it has to be based off the coach. As they said, Scott Brooks gets walked over a bit. It has to be based off the coach. There was I don't like sports talk callers and stuff because I listen to it sometimes. NBA radio. I love listening to it, but I hate having to listen to them. One guy called in and said, "You know what they need? They need someone like a Mark Jackson." I was like, maybe they do.
The Larry David high voice. So you're saying that the Wizards should fire Scott Brooks and hire Mark Jackson?
No, like wherever John Wall goes, he needs a guy like Mark Jackson. I don't know who that coach is because I don't play basketball anymore.
Me neither.
I was on my way. I was on my way to the NBA, and it all ended around 7th grade.
By the way, real quick, I feel for John Wall because I don't think he deserves this. I think he's a damn good player. He just was a part of the new CBA where he got paid in this new extension, and now it's a ridiculous sum.
And you know what? Maybe something will wake him up. This is the same situation he's been in. Maybe something will wake whatever the problem is.
Right.
And then the assumption is, oh, John Wall's an a-hole. He likes to yell at his coaches. He gets into fights. There's a lot of guys like that in the NBA. We just don't hear about them because they're winning. You know who's a guy like that?
Who?
I don't know if he got into fights with coaches, but Kobe Bryant. That part. I know he got into fights with teammates. I know people didn't like him, but he won. Just saying. If you win, people might let that slide.
Do you consider Smush Parker a teammate? Thoughts, comment section below. Subscribe to 2IT Sports. You know what's my favorite song? You could ring my bell. So do it, why don't you? Ring the damn bell and download the 2IT app. Available on Android and iOS.